In the year 2045, the world has changed beyond recognition. Reality has become a place most people no longer want to face. Poverty, overpopulation, and the collapse of social structures have made life harsh and unforgiving. But there is one place where everyone escapes to, a place where the rules of the real world don't matter. The OASIS. The OASIS isn't just a game. It's a fully immersive virtual universe, a place where you can be anything, do anything, and live any fantasy you've ever imagined. Its creator, James Halliday, was a genius and a recluse. Before his death, Halliday recorded a message for the entire world, announcing a contest unlike anything anyone had ever seen. He revealed that hidden deep within the OASIS was a special object, the Easter egg. Whoever found it would inherit his entire fortune and take full control of the OASIS itself. But the path to the egg wasn't simple. To reach it, a player had to obtain 3 keys. Each key was hidden behind a unique challenge or puzzle, requiring not just skill, but deep knowledge of Halliday's life and the OASIS itself. The announcement set the world into chaos. Gamers, treasure hunters, and entire corporations jumped into the race, hoping to claim the ultimate prize. Among them was the powerful and ruthless Innovative Online Industries, known as IOI. Their CEO, Nolan Sorrento, had one goal: seize control of the OASIS to fill it with advertisements and monetize every aspect for profit. IOI sent thousands of employees, known as Sixers, into the game, hoping to obtain the keys through sheer manpower. And then there was Wade Watts, an orphan living in the slums, crammed into a vertical trailer park called the Stacks with his aunt. Life in the real world was bleak, but in the OASIS, Wade was Parzival, a skilled and passionate gunner, short for egg hunter. Wade's obsession was finding Halliday's egg. He studied every detail of Halliday's life, every favorite movie, song, and memory, believing that understanding the man was the key to winning the game. The first challenge was an impossible race. Every top player in the OASIS, including Wade's best virtual friend Each and the legendary player Art3Miz, had attempted it countless times. Yet, no one had ever crossed the finish line. Giant obstacles, collapsing streets, and monstrous enemies, including a towering King Kong, destroyed any hope of victory. Wade studied the race over and over, and during one visit to Halliday's virtual library, a massive archive of his memories, guarded by a character known as the Curator, he found a clue. Halliday once hinted at going backwards to move forwards. On the next attempt, while everyone else sped ahead, Parzival threw his DeLorean into reverse. Hidden beneath the track was an underground shortcut, filled with mechanical hazards, but free from the massive enemies above. He drove all the way to the finish line without being attacked. As the crowd cheered, a hooded figure appeared before him. This was Anorak, Halliday's avatar. Anorak congratulated Parzival and awarded him the first key. Soon after, Wade's friends, Each, Art3Miz, and 2 skilled brothers known as Dato and Sho, also obtained the key. Together, they became known across the OASIS as the High Five, the 5 top contenders in the hunt for the egg. When Sorrento learned that Parzival had the first key, he became obsessed with discovering his real identity. IOI had spies and informants throughout the OASIS. In the game, avatars could be anyone, but in the real world, everyone had a face and a name, and Sorrento wanted Wade's. Meanwhile, Wade began working on the second clue. It hinted at a creator who hated his own creation and regretted his mistakes. Wade met Art3Miz in a virtual nightclub to discuss the clue, and during their conversation, he revealed his real name to her. Unfortunately, others overheard, and soon, the information reached IOI. Sorrento contacted Wade directly inside the OASIS, offering him wealth, comfort, and power in exchange for joining IOI. Wade refused. Before leaving the meeting, he memorized Sorrento's personal login and password. Angered, Sorrento targeted Wade in the real world. Moments later, a drone bombed Wade's aunt's home, killing her. Wade fled, but was soon abducted. When he woke, he was face to face with the real Samantha Cook, Art3Miz. For the first time, the girl he had admired from afar in the OASIS was standing in front of him in reality. She explained her reasons for hunting the egg. IOI had ruined her life, forcing her father into debt that ultimately cost him his life. She wasn't in it for the prize, but to stop Sorrento from winning. Samantha also shared her theory about the second challenge. Halliday had once gone on a date with a woman named Kira, who later married Halliday's business partner, Ogden Morrow. Halliday had regretted not asking her to dance. The clue pointed toward a film they had watched together. Inside the OASIS, They searched Halliday's memory banks and found that film, The Shining. The High Five entered a terrifying simulation of the movie, complete with the haunted Overlook Hotel. Zombies danced in a ballroom, and at the center was Kira. Art 3 Ms approached her, and when she accepted the dance, she vanished, leaving behind the second key. With 2 keys secured, the High Five were closer than ever to the egg. But Sorrento was furious. He traced Samantha's real location and sent forces to capture her. She sacrificed herself to give Wade time to escape. Wade regrouped with each, Dato, and Sho in a modified van equipped with full OASIS rigs. Using the password he stole from Sorrento, Wade hacked IOI's systems and found where Samantha was being held. They freed her, but she stayed inside IOI's facility to disable a protective shield surrounding the third challenge's location, Planet Doom. Wade broadcast a message to every player in the OASIS, calling for an alliance to storm Planet Doom together. Thousands responded, united by their hatred for IOI. A massive battle began. Sorrento entered the fight in a colossal Mechagodzilla avatar, tearing through players with ease. But Art 3 Ms destroyed it with a well-placed explosive. The battle for Planet Doom raged across the virtual landscape. Thousands of avatars clashed, unleashing spells, gunfire, and mechs in a chaotic storm of explosions. Wade, Parzival, fought his way toward the castle that housed the third and final key. But IOI's protective force field still shimmered around it, impenetrable. Inside IOI headquarters, Samantha, still logged in as Art 3 Ms, worked quickly to shut down the shield generator. Every second counted. Sorrento's forces tried to stop her, but she triggered an overload, bringing the shield crashing down. In that moment, Wade signaled the charge. Sorrento wasn't finished. In a desperate act, he activated the Cataclysm, a rare in-game bomb capable of killing every avatar in the blast radius. A blinding explosion erupted, and the entire battlefield, heroes and villains alike, was wiped out. The OASIS fell silent, but Wade had a backup. Before the blast, he had been given an extra life, a coin he'd earned earlier from the curator in Halliday's museum. It revived him, making him the only surviving player on Planet Doom. With the battlefield cleared, Wade stepped inside the castle. The third challenge awaited, a recreation of an old arcade game, Adventure. This was no ordinary task. Halliday had hidden the final key behind a trick that only true retro gamers would know. Instead of completing the game, Wade found the first ever hidden Easter egg in video game history, the name of its original creator. Upon revealing it, the third key materialized in his hands. The keys merged into a single door. Wade stepped through and found himself in a quiet, personal memory from Halliday's life, a recreation of his childhood bedroom. Halliday himself, or rather his avatar Anorak, greeted Wade. Halliday congratulated him for winning, but before handing over control of the OASIS, he warned him of its dangers. Halliday explained that while the OASIS was a place of escape, reality was still the only place where real life happened, where love, relationships, and true experiences existed. With a smile, he handed Wade a small button. Pressing it would shut down the OASIS forever, if Wade ever felt it was becoming too dangerous. With the egg claimed, Wade became the sole owner of the OASIS and heir to Halliday's fortune. Back in the real world, IOI's forces were arrested for their crimes, and Samantha was freed. Wade shared the victory with the rest of the High Five, each, Art 3 Ms, Dato, and Sho, agreeing to co-own the OASIS together. In his first act as the new ruler of the OASIS, Wade decided to shut the system down for 2 days each week, forcing people to spend more time in reality. He realized Halliday's message was clear. The virtual world could be incredible, but nothing could replace real life. For Wade and Samantha, it was the beginning of something new, not just a partnership in the OASIS, but a connection in the real world, where the adventure was only just beginning.